Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Bloodborne. We're going to continue on with the guided tour. And I was thinking that in the beginning of this episode, maybe it's time to start talking about insight. I've been kind of holding off on that for a while. And part of that was just because I was waiting for the game's story to start giving a little bit more overt descriptions and evidence of what it's doing with that, but I think we're getting enough clues and hints that maybe we can start at least talking about it and giving you enough information to start looking for stuff as we venture forward. So in this game, there's two main elements that this game is dealing with, and those two are blood and insight. And the evidence of that is like in the top right. You have two indicators that are constantly being depicted no matter what stage of the game, right? The top one is your blood echoes, and the second one is insight. So I think one of the questions for when you're first playing this game is like, why is insight like given such priority over so many other things? Like, why is it constantly being shown and indicated in the top right? And that's because it does play a really strong story element, but it's less overt than blood, right? Like blood is so obvious in this game, right? Like it's the healing church, the healing blood, the blood transfusions, dealing with just even as overtly as like when you attack someone, like the amount of blood that's like flies off of their body, and once we start attacking people, our person is covered in blood. The name of the game, Bloodborne, just hints at like this idea of sickness, like bloodborne pathogens, like sickness within the blood. And then just discovering the beast scourge is originating from within the blood, which is hinted at in the intro cinematic that I guess we never talked about in sort of an explanation way, where when you're strapped to that clinic table and you look over and you see a pool of blood and this wolf beast rises out of it. I mean, it's like the game is like literally telling you, it's like, hey, that beast scourge is born out of the blood. And it's telling you that literally and visually, but of course you don't have the context to understand that that's what's going on. So again, this game is like very upfront and transparent with the idea of blood as an element in this game, but then the insight is the second one that really starts taking over in the second half of the game, but it's just not as clear in the way it's told. But I don't think that's as like a detriment of storytelling. I think it's because the game wants you to kind of unfold some of that stuff on your own. So there is a story element to insight, but as far as gameplay, it also has a factor, right? Just like how blood is being used as our currency to buy stuff and also as a way to level up, insight has some similar functions as far as gameplay mechanics. So the amount of insight that we have in the game, like right now it's at 4, but when you get more and more insight, different things happen in the game, right? Like you start seeing different things and hearing different things. Enemies start acting differently and having different powers, and that's because it's treating insight as like just what it would sound like, right? It's treating insight as like knowledge. You're gaining knowledge and you're gaining experience and you're gaining an understanding of what's happening in the world. So that's happening as we progress through the game. Like we start off as just a patient in a clinic, and then we start going out and we're starting to understand, slowly unfold like what's going on. And when we hit certain points, like when we meet a boss or we go into a new area, we gain insight on that top right. Like we'll gain, like it'll go from like 4 to 5 if we enter a new area, because our character has gained some understanding. So it works as a gameplay mechanic. It also works as a currency. Like we can go into this second messenger well, and we can buy things with insight. So there are certain things, like these things just cost like 1's the insight, 2 insight, and the thing I've been using it mostly for is to buy materials that will upgrade weapons. So before starting this video, I actually just used up all the Madman's knowledge that we had to gain enough blood rock. Like that takes 60 insight. So I was able to buy one because we had built up so much insight. And actually, let's go to the menu and get to Madman's Insight, which is something we've been collecting a ton of throughout this game. Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the great ones. Used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. So it's talking about the great ones, and this whole thing of like achieving insight is kind of trying to communicate or get on the level and get the wisdom of a great one. So the people are trying to basically enlighten themselves through this mechanic of insight within this world of Bloodborne. And there's a risk to that, just like there's a risk with the blood, right? Like it heals things, but it also harms you as well. The insight does the same thing. It'll give you knowledge, but you have to be careful with it because it could also drive you insane, right? Like learning too much, like outside of like what maybe is like you're mentally capable of, could make you go crazy. And that's definitely something that's happening in the game, right? Like you saw that with Gascoigne and his fighting partner Henrik. Like when you're around and like in the hunt for too long, like you're gaining insight and it's driving them crazy. I think it's a twofold effect of like the beast scourge and the insight, like both having an effect on people. And even like the idea of insight, the idea of like being able to understand and comprehend things is like tied to vision and being able to see things, right? So that's why throughout the game, like you've seen characters who have some sort of element with eyes, right? Like whether they're covering their eyes, like with blindfolds, like Father Gascoigne. If you can see in his cutscene when we fight him, his eyes are covered. So is Henrik's. So is the cleric. Not the cleric beast, Vicar Amelia. Like you get a pretty good view of her, like even as a beast form, her eyes are covered, and we'll keep seeing stuff like that. But then you see like in the last episode, our character, the Witch of Hemwick, right? She was trying to mess around with insight as well. That's why she was covering her body with eyeballs, because she's trying to gain like wisdom almost through a literal way of like attaching a bunch of eyeballs to her body, and that's a theme that'll happen throughout as well as more we see. And we're also gaining items, right? Like last episode we gained Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter and the Bloodshot Eyeball. So again, like the eyes imagery is gonna start cropping up more and more and more as insight starts kind of taking over as the more dominant thematic element in this game over blood, because we're starting to answer a lot of the blood questions. And again, as the game mechanic, the evidence in the last episode, those enemies that kept spawning out of the ground, like they only appeared because I had so much insight. I think I had like over 15, and that's when they start appearing. But if I had less than that, they wouldn't have appeared. And even in the fight with the Witch of Hemwick, when we're running around in that room, if I had 0 insight on me, none of those would have appeared. So it's a way the game kind of uses that as an actionable gameplay element, which I think is like super cool. And it's not something that's like overt, like right, I'm explaining it now and you might have like observed it, but it's like when you're playing it the first time, it's not something that really they hit you over the head with, at least in the beginning. And like gaining, like using more and more, collecting more and more of the insight, like things get a little crazier. Like I don't want to spoil some stuff, but when you get up to like 40 or 50 or 60 insight like on you, like right now we only have 4, but if you get that much, you start seeing actually like some crazy stuff, but it starts spoiling some of the future elements. So that's why I haven't allowed it to get higher, and that's why I've lowered it back to 4, because it also makes some of the enemies like harder. Like sometimes they're just like have more like hit points or way more aggressive, so it's good to have that a little low, at least as a gameplay mechanic. But so that's like like a primer as to insight. Again, like the game hasn't really revealed a lot as far as like what its true implications are for why it's important, but I think we're gonna rapidly start getting there. And so why don't we start moving forward? We are gonna go with the main path of the game. It's not like a side quest or anything. Now that we have defeated Vicar Amelia and gotten through the Cathedral Ward and everything that we can in that area and all the side quests areas like Hemwick, Charnel Lane, we're going to go through that door with a password and start trying to make our way to Bergenworth. But why don't we change our outfits? I'm thinking, since we actually beat Henrik in the last episode, we kind of have this pattern of using that person's outfit in the next episode. So we'll go here. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a like a bronze, or not bronze, like yellowish gold theme color going on. And we use the what? We should use a new weapon, huh? What have I not shown you that I can realistically run around with and still have? Oh, you know what? Show you a crazy weapon here. So this is one of the more infamous weapons in this game. It's a DLC weapon, but it's something that a lot of people really like. So in our hand is kind of like a club or a mace, but the transform is what is the real crazy one. It's people affectionately call this the pizza cutter. It's technically called the whirligig saw. So it's like a motorized saw blade on the end of a club, and yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's entertaining. I don't really love it as a main weapon to use throughout the game, but again, you know, we're trying to show off a bunch of different stuff. Well, why don't we run around with it? I might die trying to use this thing, but you know, it's all in good fun. So let's go to the Cathedral Ward. We got a little bit of traveling to do to get to that door, but should be a quick little jaunt. And it's nothing we haven't seen before, but maybe it'll be a good chance to test out the whirligig. And I might be due for. All right, she's not doing so hot. Might be due for some more blood, Adela.
Brave hunter.
Oh,
You're safe. Do you wish to have my blood?
sure. You know, I was reading up. I think we could take Ariana's blood up to 3 times before Adela tries to kill her. So we could take her blood, but since we're here,
Yes, of course. Coming close. Now. Take my blood.
Blood of Adela. Okay, thank you, Adela. All right, we're gonna go out this way. And yeah, it's this place. Oh, no, I'm not gonna deal with you. Whoa, back up, back up. All right, so since it's a 2-handed weapon, I can't use my gun to stagger these guys up. And this is a pretty underpowered gun as far, or weapon. Oh man, as far as. All right, let's just. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I don't love it, because it's just not. It looks cool, but you know, when trying to fight with it, it's not the best weapon. But you know, we'll run around with it a little bit longer and see how it goes. I might end up switching out of this pretty fast. Run down here. Hi guys. Don't mind me. Recharge some stamina. We're gonna run through behind this guy. Nope. Nope. So this guy, if you remember, the brain sucker, maybe I'll let him grab me again. Nope. Just grab me, grab me. There you go. Oh no, oh my god. All right, maybe I won't let you grab me. Maybe I'll just explain. So if he grabs you and does his like brain sucking thing, he will actually steal insight from you. Like he's literally taking knowledge out of your brain, which is pretty nuts. So let's go to, oh, I forgot. We're back, we run into Alfred again. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Oh, good to see you safe.
Thank you.
Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
I don't think he says anything new about the Healing Church or
As you
Bergen.
know, the healing, well, but I and that if you...
Yeah, okay, but we can ask about the corrupted vile bloods. I think because we did pick up an item that talked about them, so now we can be like, hey, do you know anything about these things called the vile bloods?
Ah, There's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle.
Okay. So Canehurst Castle is like a neighboring city.
Farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the
And you
good
know,
luck-
when you think of like neighbors and or like bordering nations and stuff, they tend to be rivals, right? So Canehurst is kind of a rival to Yharnam, and apparently either stole some blood or got someone to steal, the healing blood on their behalf to take back to them, and probably produce their own. So the Healing Church is not a fan of Canehurst, like they hate them for that. And this guy, Alfred, he's sort of a subsect of hunters called the Executioners. So they're still Healing Church hunters, but they're like specialized. So he and his master Logarius, who is like the leader of the Executioners, like their main task was really to go after these Vile Bloods, these Canehurst Vile Bloods, and either just kill them and make sure that they don't spread this the use of blood outside without being sanctioned by Yharnam and the Healing Church. So yeah, I didn't mention them before when we were talking about the lineage of hunters. And the other one that I kind of let slip by were the Yarhar Ghoul hunters. They are also still kind of, I guess, under the main category of Healing Church hunters, but they've kind of broken out on their own to only answer to the School of Mensis, which is still, another section of the Healing Church, but they've, have shown signs of kind of acting on their own without really getting the approval of the Healing Church for some of their actions. All right, so here's the door.
The password.
Fear the old blood. All right. So this guy guarding the door has been dead. And we get Madman's knowledge because this kind of wrinkles our brain a little bit of like, how is this guy just talking and asking for our password and opening the door when he's been dead? So it's a little bit of like, I don't know, like cosmic horror that the developers are playing with you of like, again, to sort of make you start asking questions again. It's like, wait, this guy was dead. How did he open the door? Like, what is going on in this game, So we're going to go down this pathway. Again, no one is meant to come down here, so we are venturing into the Forbidden Woods. And in my first playthrough of this game, like I definitely wasn't really understanding what was going on in the story. So when we start venturing out of the city and into the woods, I just honestly had no idea like what our purpose was. Like I'm just letting the game lead me where it wants me to, but I'm just like, what are we doing? So hopefully talking about this stuff helps. Oh, I see you. Let's see if I can handle this guy with a whirly game. Ooh, transform feels cool. Let's go back. Let's see the sustain cutting. Oh man. Ooh, pretty brutal. Feels pretty good though, actually. All right, maybe I can run with this thing. Bloodstone shards. We're gonna get this thing over here. Whoa! That is not nice. What is over here? I don't think I usually come this way. Oh crap. Another one of these big boys. Okay, let's see if I can come on. Oh god, that ghost scared me. Dang it. No! Oh my god. These things are the bane of my existence when I try to parry. Okay, okay. Come on, man. You ain't got time for this. Got places to be. Top of health. Yeah, because I figured he was going to give me some blood vials. Alright, what was this reward that we were going to get? Madman's knowledge. I'd have blood chin, so. Oh, and also, I guess I should also show you what happens when we use a madman's knowledge. So, when I use this as a consumable, you'll see an animation on our person. Right? Did you see that almost like weird portal like stuff coming around our head? Like that's the same effect that happens when we walk into like an area with a boss or like or get into a new area that blows our mind as far as the game is. Like we'll gain insight and we'll actually see that animation happen. Oh yeah, pebbles. Okay. Let's go down here. Ooh, a lantern. Definitely need that. Okay. Now, I think there are some... Got you. Just gonna saw them. Grab this. Antidotes. It does not open from the side. Okay, so that's gonna be a shortcut to get to this lantern from much later. Let's go over this bridge here. Oh. I don't want you. Alright, I'll just take you out. Oh! Oh! Yeah, I mean, I just don't love the whirligig as a main weapon. Might end up ditching it pretty soon because we're just gonna start coming up against bosses pretty bad. Oh, okay. So here's another thing. So see this stack of wood over here? Just gonna step on that. Yeah, that's a booby trap. There's a well, like a button underneath that'll set that off. That scares the crap out of me the first time I ever saw that. I think there's a guy over here. What's amazing is like how well I remember where a lot of these bad guys are. Oh, it is a pretty cool weapon, I gotta say. Oh, get it before he falls. Okay. There are a bunch of bad guys here. I might need a faster weapon, honestly. I'm gonna go back to the Beast Hunter. Oh, so dogs. Oh, ah! Camera, don't fuck me here. Nope, camera. Okay. All right, this is a little bit of a tricky area because the enemies are spaced out really well, and yeah. Let's see. Go here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and draw some aggro here. Oh god, and they still got me. Switch back to the whirligig. Ugh. These are, you know, more of the townsfolk people, but they do seem to hit a little harder and have more HP. They give more blood echoes too. All right, let's try and get this guy to come. Get out of the range of fire from these guys throwing stuff at me. faster weapon to kill these jerks. Dive. Okay. Oh, hello. Where'd you come from? I didn't even see you. I will take your blood vials. Okay. Man, we have a lot of blood echoes. You know, this is also the point in the game where I think my first playthrough where I really started to understand like how brilliant the gameplay is, you know, like FromSoft games, everyone always talks about the gameplay, right? And I just never understood because, you know, like a lot of people also complain, it's like, oh, you know, when you die, you lose all your blood echoes, right? It's like a punishment for death, and the game's hard, and it shouldn't, you know, it just goes against a lot of modern game preferences. But I think the game is actually doing stuff on purpose. It's not punishing you, and it's not meant to be grueling or anything. It's really like purposeful, you know, because it's giving you this idea or this concept of like risk versus reward. Like right now, I have 179,000 blood echoes. If I die in this area, I go all the way back to 0, and I have to start back from, you know, the lantern, and you know, I have to fight my way back through all these guys who like respawn just to get back my blood echoes, right? So it seems like a punishment, but you know, in reality is like, yeah, if I die, it's still giving me a chance to come back here and do it. And when I fight through all these guys, it's like practice, right? It's another chance to go back here and get better. But you know, every enemy I kill gives me more blood echoes, and by the time if I retrieve my blood echoes again, I'll have more than what I started with when I first came through. So I think it's, you know, it's a way of like rewarding people for giving the effort. And it's also, you know, it plays around with the idea of like this fear and anticipation, right? Like the fear of like, man, I can't recreate this in this playthrough for you guys, but you know, like when someone plays through this for the first time and they have this many blood echoes, it's like every step forward is like such a risk, because you don't know how far you're supposed to go before another lantern, and you don't know how many enemies and how tough they're gonna be, and like you're like, I'm gonna lose all these echoes, and you could be like, screw it, I'm gonna run back and like cash in my echoes, but then, you know, the consequence of that is then all these enemies that I've beaten are come back. So I think it's a really interesting concept of like, you know, how far is too far, how far can you get with it's almost like, you know, like gambling in a way of like, how far can I push this before I potentially lose it all? Oh god. And why did he not stagger? Okay. Blood vials, there's something in here. Yeah, I think the game handles risk and reward so well. Here. It's definitely a change of pace from all the buildings that we've been seeing, and it's a little hard to navigate sometimes. You don't always see the pathways, and also like again, this is like a trick, right? You see these bright lights and this open gate, but then you see that up there. I don't know if you can even see it, but you see this pile of wood. I'm gonna set it off. I'm gonna try and get out of the way fast enough. Oh, I didn't even set it off. Yeah. Hopefully you saw the lever get pressed when I pushed this thing. But yeah, man, that would definitely do a lot of damage to you. So that's a path. We're not gonna go that way actually. See a couple guys just chilling. Oh, it's still alive. Oh, I pissed off some people. I'm stuck. Okay, let's back up. Get to an area that's more open. Okay, this guy was shooting at me. Oh! Alright, there are definitely a lot of people in this little village area. Grab this item. Oh, no. Not what I meant to do. Hey, you! Blood vials. Okay, okay. See a couple guys now. They're facing away. There's a guy over here also facing away, so it's pretty inviting, right? But again, this area is a little tricky. You see all this wood thing? All of that will break away, and I'll fall into a pit of, I think, some monsters down there. I can't remember. But we're gonna sneak up on these guys. I almost fell into the hole there. Okay, still haven't set that guy off yet. So we're gonna try and sneak up on him and not fall into the pit. Oh, he didn't stagger. Oh, alright. I'll have to try and remember that for these guys. We have a lot of blood echoes. I'm starting to get a little nervous. I think I have enough to even level up. Oh. Does not open from the side. Okay, so that's another shortcut for us to get back here. Which is good, but it also means that we have a lot further to go. Okay. I hear someone scraping their weapon. Oh. You see that? No? Alright, let's go this away. Have we even like kind of taken a look at this area? Sorry, like sometimes I forget. Like I should give you guys a little bit more of a view of things. Rundown village. Yeah, I think this is where all those townsfolk like that we've been fighting all this time come from. Oh. Oh, there's a light. Hold on. Let's grab this. Oh, there's the guy. Hold on. Kind of waiting for someone to come around that corner. What's over? Oh. Oh, okay, so this is where we fought the other guys. He is around the corner over here. Okay. Anything good in here? No. Anything over here? No. Alright, let's go. Can I go into this building? Can. For something. Beast blood pellet. Oh. What's a dead end? Okay. Can I get... Oh, no. Come on. Uh-oh. Am I stuck? I might be stuck. Oh, okay. Oof. Alright, we gotta just circle around again. I got a little worried there. This game doesn't often have areas where you can get completely stuck, but it definitely happens. Speedrunners have also found places where you can just cut through, too, like shortcuts. Talk.
A hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
Okay. Do we trust this guy? He just said a lot of things that were basically laying out the concept of the story so far. You know, he talked about the like many hours of the night and the unending and like how death won't even save you, right? So he's talking about this night of the hunt, right? Like how it just keeps going, and every time we die, we just kind of cycle back and start over. It's like, you know, like the Groundhog Day. He's like basically laying all that out for you. But he also gave us an item called the Tonsil Stone. A latticed deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite, appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly around the right of the Grand Cathedral, or the Great Cathedral, and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." Now, this tonsil stone, kind of looks like those statues that we've been kind of seeing, right, in the Grand Cathedral and in the Yarhagul area. I think it's kind of hearkening towards that. And you know, it's the first mention of some like meteorite, like an otherworldly object. But we've actually been to that area that he's talking about, and we will probably go back there at some point to get to the bottom of that. So, okay, go. Well, whoa! Oh my God! He just set a trap for us. Get out of here! Oh my God! I hate these dogs! Ugh. Oh, you! We will meet again. I will kill you. Oh, blue elixir. Have we gotten that before? Dubious liquid medicine used in the strange experiments conducted by high ministers of the healing church. A type of anesthetic that numbs the brain. Hunters able to retain consciousness by force of will make use of a secondary effect of the medicine, which dilutes their presence while standing still. So this object, when you use it, actually kind of makes you semi-transparent, which is what the second paragraph is talking about. The first paragraph is talking about strange experiments by the healing church. It's the first time we've ever really kind of have heard evidence of the healing church doing stuff that doesn't directly relate to blood, right? Like that's always been like the focus of everything that we've been talking about with the healing church is like blood, like healing blood, magic blood. But this is like kind of hinting at, oh, maybe they were up to other stuff too, you know, like strange experiments. We're gonna go around. Oh, so these are all the cages where the dogs were. Ugh. Hello. See that guy? I see a ladder too. Oh! Targeted the wrong crow. Ugh. Alright, let's see what this object is. Oh! White church garb. So we've seen the black church garb, so now we have white church. And like, let's take a look at this. Now, does it say something there? It does say, oh, it doesn't say anything different in the last paragraph, but it just, like the word but is just brought down to the letter. So let's just read one. Attire of special church doctors. These doctors are superiors to the black preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood administration and the scourge of the beasts. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that some knowledge can only be attained by exposing oneself to sickness. Okay. This is where, you know, we start getting damning evidence of the church, right? Like, especially that last paragraph where it talks about not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research. So it's basically saying, like, you know, the healing church, their intention was never to, you know, have this miracle drug to give to the public, like this stuff that heals people. Like that was just a kind of a smokescreen or a trick to get people to take the blood so that they could be experimented on so that they could see what happens to people. So this whole like scourge of beasts might have been on purpose, you know, like the church knew what was going to happen and they gave the blood anyway just to see what would happen as for experiments and research. So it's just showing like the church is like awful and wasn't really trying to help anyone originally, which is pretty messed up. But I think we got that evidence before. Like we kind of inferred some of that stuff through the stuff that we've, you know, read about and talked about. It's just more, no, get away, get away. But you know, like maybe stuff like that is when like it should be more apparent to you. Like it's like, all right, now the jig is up. Like we're just gonna tell you stuff more outright. So by the time someone gets that guard, oh god, here we go. Nope. Oh god. Now is when he gets angry. Come on. I hit too. He winds up too long. Oh god. I don't waste all my bullets on this one fool. God damn it. Just gonna have to fight him straight up. Oh, I thought he was dead. That's why I stopped. Oh god. Oh. Give me something good, man. Alright, I'll take that. For sure. God, I hate those bagmen. Okay, I see guys. Come up here. What? What did he say? I'll mess up your brain? Come on. Okay, let's go into this house. Beast Roar. One of the forbidden hunter tools made by Irreverent Izzy. Whoa, I've never heard that name before. I might not have ever read this item before. Borrow the strength of terrible undead dark beasts, if only for a moment, to blast surrounding foes back with the force of a roaring beast. An indescribable sound is broadcast when the caster's own vocal cords, which begs the question, what terrible things lurk deep within the frames of men? Huh. Interesting. I don't think I've ever paid attention to that item. Oh, there's that jerk with the, who set the trap for us. What's up there? Blood vial. Alright, well, one is better than none. Oh, I can actually open this back up if we ever pass through here again. We don't have to go the back way. Alright. Let's go to this sort of thatched roof area. Now, okay. Let's wait for this guy to go past. I'm gonna do this. Okay. That guy on the right is gonna start throwing stuff. So this is a tough area where they space them out just in the right way to make it hard to attack these guys. All right. Alright, I'm gonna let this guy with the torch come and draw aggro here. There we go. God, that guy in the back threw so far. Grab this. Blood vials. It's being generous with the blood vials. Which, good or bad? Oh! Oh! Die? I think he died. Yeah, okay. Oh, what is that noise? Molotovs. Oh! See that weird liquid? I think that's oil. Let's throw some Molotovs down there. I got one. I think there's a second one down there. They're making some weird noises. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, these enemies we've seen before in the sewers, right? But they definitely take more hits than before. And this is where we were earlier. Okay. So this is actually kind of a faster way, but we would have been pelted by all those Molotov throwers before. Okay. One more. Run out of stamina. Thank you. Oh, I did not even see you. Oh, I saw you over there. Okay. Who are you guarding? Twin bloodstone shards. Blood vial. Okay. Oh, there's an item over there. What is this? Oh, this is the shortcut that we saw earlier. One of them. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. I saw... Yeah, there's a guy up there. There's two guys down here. Hey!
You better update!
Oh! This guy can shoot me from up there. Ooh, that was close. Alright, shoot under it. Alright, he should give me some bullets, which I need. How many did he give me? I think he only gave me one. A jerk. Okay. Oh god. You see that? Oh, okay, there's a way I can get through here. Okay, cool. Oh, how do you even see me? Okay, I'm gonna have to run over there. Okay. Ugh. Silver bullets. I hear another beast. You hear him? Okay, gotta be careful, because someone's manning that cannon over there. I think there's a beast in that room past over there, so I'm gonna run. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Heal up. Blood vials. Okay, I left some items over there, but I'm gonna take care of this guy with the cannon first. Urgh. Jerk. Yeah, we can actually operate this thing. Doesn't really matter though. Like, we've already cleared out the enemy, so. But I like that they let us do it anyway. Blood vials. All right, that's good because we've been using a lot of them in this episode. I see something up there. Okay, what is down this way? Twin bloodstone shards. Take a look around. Oof. Ah! definitely use some improvements to the camera at some point if they ever remaster this game. Oh, see that guy? Okay. It's pretty dark in here. Let's use this. Ooh, it's windy. Can I drop down here? I think I can. Okay. Let's take a look. Pretty dark and foreboding. And it's definitely not, it's definitely nighttime for sure. I see him, I see him. Oh! Okay. Let's time that. Healed. Oh, I did it again! Alright, let's stop trying to get fancy here. I was trying to shoot him, and I guess I was too late. Okay, this ladder. I think this is one of those big windmills that we've seen from the distance. Yeah, I think so. You see these gears? Can I climb? Yes, I can get over there. Nice. Poison knife. Oh, we saw this from, that's the cannon that we were at earlier here. Oh. Oh. See that guy?
Whoa! Blimey, don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster. Oh, thank the stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast? Ooh, that thing had me trembling, frozen in my boots. And then you came along. Well, if you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
All right, so again, we're presented with this this dialogue choice, right? That we've seen a couple times before already, right? Like we've been sending people to Odin Chapel, and they've been thankful, and they've been like normal citizens. This should feel pretty hinky to anyone that's paying attention. Like he's surrounded by a man and a woman and a child, all dead, very bloody, and he was crouched over the child, and it looked like he was kind of like eating the child. So it's something where it's giving you enough context clues of like, this is not a good person like all the others that we've been trying to help, right? So, and again, look at him, he's blindfolded. So this guy ends up being a monster. If you attack him right now, he will transform into a giant beast and be like I hate you hunters, like, and just like he's just ready to like tear into you. If you send him to Odin Chapel, he will end up murdering all the people that you sent there. So we don't want to do that. So we're actually going to send him into the fake Fosefka clinic, because this is not a good guy, and we don't think the fake Yosefka is a good person either, right? So let's send him there and have them deal with each other.
I'll be. Thank you. It's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own. Oh, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer us, thanks.
Pungent blood cocktail. Yeah, he's if you attack him, he becomes a beast. He's a pretty strong beast too. Like he's no joke as far as a bad guy. He's definitely kind of on the level of like a mini boss that'll do some real damage to you. How do I get down to that item there? The game is pretty good about leading you to where you need to go with items, by placing items in places. So I'm gonna jump down here. This, ooh, a cannon. Large prototype firearms fashioned by the workshop heretics. The powder kegs. Use of this weapon is equivalent to toting a mounted cannon, complete with its ridiculous weight, staggering kick, and lavish use of quicksilver bullets into battle. Such a monstrosity was doomed from the start, and indeed its development was cut short. Yet against impossibly gigantic foes, it might be just the thing. So yeah, this thing takes a lot of strength to hold, and it's so slow, and it's not really a viable weapon in my opinion, but it gives it to you. Okay. So where am I supposed to go here? Okay, here we go. Okay, I still got that guy to deal with down there. So, I'm just gonna let this play out with this guy over here. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, alright. Oh! Yeah, so... That was a man whose head burst into a pile of snakes. Yeah, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This is a horror game. Like, we've been dealing with werewolves, we've been dealing with rats, we've been dealing with just all sorts of monsters, and now we're dealing with snakes, like freaking snakes. Not just one snake, like a pile of snakes coming out of someone's head. It's awful. It's horrifying. Oh god. And okay, go through that way. Let's go up. What is this? Ah, there's a shortcut. Okay, and we can't use it, which means it's a shortcut from somewhere else to this area, so... Let's go this way. See items. I see a bridge that we've been past. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Oh god, he sees me. I'm gonna try and stagger him. Oh, I got him! God, no, I didn't trust myself. Oh, and he poisons me with an attack. Come on, come on. Okay. No matter how many times I played this game, this area is the worst. It just gives me the crazy. I hate snakes so much. And that's a little taste of what's to come in this area. But how are we doing on time? We're actually at an hour, so I don't think we'll get through this entire next section quickly. So we might have to backtrack to a lantern, which we can do right here, actually. Yes, we found a shortcut. Nice. Oh. Also, there's this gentleman with a bucket on his head. He's pretty well dressed, actually. I mean, he looks kind of like a like an old-timey police officer. He's got a cane. Okay, let's talk to him.
Ah, a new face, are you? And an accomplished hunter, it would appear. I am Volta, master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know? Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
Join the League. Okay, so actually this is like a an element that was added during the DLC that allows you to co-op in the game. And the League is basically just a way for you to like keep track of your co-oping. Like I think you get rewards when you go in and co-op, and the League is just a way for you to kind of go through
Yes,
that, go about that.
as a hunter well should. The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates.
Ugh, he's very enthusiastic. Very, got a lot of bloodlust, huh? Okay, and here's the gate that we found a long time ago. That's the bridge, right? Where we go and we get to our first booby trap. And so why don't we head back? Return to the Hunter's Dream. Oh my god, I have so many blood echoes. Let's go. Oh, you know, we'll wrap this up. Actually, let's talk to these characters. We haven't talked to them in a while. See if they have anything new to
Hunters
say.
have told me about the church.
No, we've heard that. Garriman? Oh, he's not here. Sometimes he hangs out in this back area over here. Let's see if he's around. He is not. Okay. I kind of wonder, I think I need more insight for him to show up in a certain place. How much insight do we have? We only have 3, so we have 3 Madman's knowledge plus the 5, we only have 8. I think I need 15, so I'll try and remember to keep up with that. All right, so that was us moving further into the woods to get towards Bergenworth. Didn't make it all the way, but we got to an area that's going to be much more horrifying in my eyes. Like you saw a preview of the men with snake heads. We're going to see a lot more snakes in the next episode, so if you're squeamish about snakes, it's not going to be pleasant in the next one. But we'll get through it. It'll be fine. Might be cathartic to slash at some snakes and kill them. You know, conquer your fears and all that. But yeah, so we got through some of the elements of the Forbidden Woods, and you know, we talked about insight a little bit, and learned more about some evidence of like just how awful the Healing Church really is. Like their experiments were on purpose, and this whole beast scourge was not an accident, which is pretty awful. But yeah, we're gonna start reeling towards some big revelations in the next episode or 2, so it's gonna get exciting. Hope you're looking forward to that. But as always, thanks for watching. You know, I try and do my best to make this informative and clear things up for you. And again, it's like I'm trying to talk while play, and sometimes it doesn't come out as concisely or clearly as I might initially think it would. But again, this isn't supposed to replace like all those deep dive lore videos. Those are much more informative and probably more well scripted and rehearsed and spoken. So but you know, trying to clear some stuff up while we play this game. So I hope this is helpful for anyone who's watching, and let me know if it is. So we will definitely keep going, but you know, if I can do something better, I would be happy to try and incorporate any thoughts or tips or feedback. And we will just keep going forth in this game in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Bye.